All right, welcome to Foundations. I'm Bree Morena de Santos for my new students. And we're actually going to be focusing on a little bit of Zen meditation. And then we're going to just move the body nice and calmly once we find that rhythm in our own existence. So before we begin, let's take a moment. Let's connect with self, maybe self and baby. You can draw your hands, either palms facing up over the knees, or facing down, or over the heart. Or if you're familiar with mudra, you can draw mudra to your practice. Taking a moment and just lengthening through the body, feeling the crown of the head reaching toward the heavens. Maybe a slight little tuck of the chin toward the body, just a little moment of self-honoring. And let's just notice the breath. Feeling the muscles that are tense in the body start to relax with every exhale. Maybe the eye gazes are soft. If they are closed, maybe you can start to bring in an image, something that represents peace or love, or maybe the symbol. And as you inhale, you can feel that image start to illuminate in the mind's eye. As you exhale, you can allow the body to settle and become more grounded and one with the earth. Perhaps starting to activate a bit of pranayama in the practice of yours. Feeling your inhales strengthen and lengthen. Maybe pausing and allowing the breath, the prana, to move through the body. And then long, slow, prolonged, relaxed exhalation. And before setting an intention for today's practice, perhaps we can invite mantra into our practice. Self-affirmation, an I am statement, maybe inhaling, I am healthy. Exhaling, I am loved. Or whatever resonates with you. Really believing in the message that is flowing through you, around you, beneath you, above you, and permeates from you. And taking one more full round of breath here. And when you're ready, yogis, we're going to inhale our hands up overhead. We're going to draw them into our heart space, and we will set a sankalpa, an intention for the practice that we will all share in today. Taking a moment and just acknowledging your energy and the energy around you. Feeling that interconnectedness between each of us. Feeling that peace and safety and security that we all are drawing into this shala, into this practice. And may you conclude with your own intention for your personal practice today. And we will seal in these wonderful thoughts with a deep inhale. But stay non-attached with a nice exhalation. On your next inhale, keeping those palms pressed together, Maybe fluttering the eye gazes open, looking off of the tip of those fingers, lifting the hands through to the sky, stretching the body in both directions. And then exhale, release the hands. Slowly floating them to the earth, tucking the chin into your body. We're going to create a little flow here. Reverse the palms up like the sun is rising. Lengthen and stretch the body, and then exhale the palms together. Kind of just feeling that movement of mind and body connecting here. Nice and slow, we're not in a hurry. Inhale. Eye gazes are nice and connected to the body. Lengthen as you fill the lungs up with oxygen, with prana. Exhale, release. Let the body float. As light as a feather. We're going to do a few rounds just like this. Enjoying every breath that you take. And if it feels appropriate for your practice, adding back in that mantra. And this will make it our last round. Drawing our hands to our heart space, tucking the chin into the body. Taking a moment and noticing the peace that lies within. We're going to bring our hands on top of our knees. If you need to reposition, maybe recross over the different leg. And we're just going to move the body intuitively here, starting to stir up some Agni in the body, some fire. If it feels appropriate, drawing the belly button toward the body, toward the spine. Or just feeling that creative passion that lies within. Switching directions whenever it feels good for you. Releasing the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. We're going to come back to a neutralized position. We're going to walk our hands behind us. We're going to draw the bottoms of the feet together. We're just going to open up the heart space here, yogis. Draw the nose to the sky, bring the shoulder blades together, and then tucking the chin into chest, but holding the positioning of the body. Feeling the hips open, the heart open. Breathe. One more round of breath. And when you're ready, we're going to draw the knees together. We're going to thread the hands under or over and give ourselves a hug. And from here, we're going to do some seated cat-cows. So we're going to just open up the feet about hip distance apart and then just grab right under your legs here. We're going to take a nice deep inhale as we draw the heart toward the legs. Inhale the nose to the sky. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin around the spine, lengthen the arms, feel the toes pressing into the earth. Enjoy that stretch, right? When you're ready, we're gonna inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. At your own pace, only moving as fast as the breath will allow. Taking some pauses as you fill the lungs at the top, holding that prana, capturing it into the body. And when you're ready, exhale. And doing the same at the end. Really allowing that prana to escape the body, fill the space before taking another deep inhale. We're going to take 2 more rounds. On our final round, we're going to draw ourselves back center. We're going to walk our hands behind us. And we're going to do some nice, gentle seated windshield wipers. Taking a moment and just allowing the legs to drop from side to side. Once you feel the movement in your body, then we're going to invite that breath back. So we will inhale the knees up, and as we exhale, fan them down. The knees can be glued together or they can separate and open and fan. Ever feels pretty good for the body here. Getting a little massage. Yeah. Most importantly, you are moving the body with your breath, matching those energies. One more round. Kind of getting a little stretch in that chest and those shoulders as well. We're going to bring ourselves back center. We're going to walk our feet forward and lengthen the legs, toes toward the nose. Inhale the hands. We're just going to do some sweeps. Exhale down. Let the head get heavy. Slowly rise inch by inch. Let the head float to the top of the shoulders at the very end. Inhale the hands up. Go as slow as possible so you don't create a dizziness effect in the body. And if you want to do a little add-on, as you inhale the hands through the air, toes come toward the nose. And as you exhale, you can point the toes towards the front of your mat, getting some flexion into the ankle. Not straining the knees, just nice and gentle, nice and slow. Moving at your own pace, no need to go as fast as I'm going or as slow as I'm going. We're going to take 3 more rounds. Our hands are going to meet back into Anjali, prayer center. When you are done, finding a Dandasana. Those toes will come pointing toward your nose as you settle into the pose. Taking a moment here, just feeling yourself lengthening through your spine. Finding the breath. Yes. One more round. That's right. And then we're going to relax the body, let the body completely collapse. Just take a moment. Feel the muscles, relax, no tension. And we're going to do a little bit of muscle progression here. So we're going to inhale just like we did, toes to the nose, creating Dandasana, staff pose in the body. So really lengthening, really strengthening, feeling the back of your legs pressing into the earth. Feel that spine nice and neutral, yet nice and engaged, right? Through the side body. And then exhale, release. We're going to take 2 more rounds. Taking a moment, finding your breath, relaxing every muscle in the body. And when you're ready, a nice deep inhale. Everything engages. You exhale, you hold on to that engagement in your body as you relax through the mind. Taking a moment here until there's nothing left in the body to release. And then when you're ready, you can let it all go, collapse into your body. Releasing every muscle, all of the tension that was just stirred up. And we're going to do one more when you're ready. Then take a nice inhale. Toes to the nose, lengthening through the side body, through the spine, through the legs, feeling the earth under the body. Coming back through Dandasana with hands in a mudra of Anjali, prayer center. Pressing the palms together, feeling total engagement, exhaling until there's nothing left. And then when you're ready, collapse into your body. Wiggle the toes, release the neck. Find your breath. Notice if you are out of breath or if there's anything that just needs that further encouragement to let go. We're going to take our time. We're going to eventually find ourselves on all four. We're going to move into a gentle flow of the body here, mostly focusing on breath work. But before we get started, we're going to come into tabletop. We're going to move the body intuitively here. So maybe big circles, figure eights, dipping the hips, hippy dippies. Releasing your jaw, relaxing through the eyebrow. Yeah. We're going to come back through tabletop. We're going to walk that right foot right in between the fingertips. We're going to take a moment here. We're going to tuck the back toe. We're going to lift that knee. We're going to come into a nice low lunge. And then we're going to drop that knee, flatten that foot. Just feeling that stretch, that lengthening. This is a great place for a block or two if you like, right? Just trying to get deeper into those hips. Sometimes raising the hands off of the mat into blocks helps us actually sink the hips lower. But whatever feels best for you. We're going to focus on our breath here. So we're going to hold the pose for a few rounds, but not our breath. Feeling those toes spreading, feeling the bottom of that front foot engaging. If you're pressing your hands into blocks or the earth, you are not passively hovering your hands. You're really trying to either press fingertips or palms, making that engagement, creating that lock of energy. Every exhale, you see if you can find another spot in the body or the mind to release into. Feeling that contradiction of effort, yet relaxation taking place at the same time. That's what we want. A few more rounds of breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to tuck the toe. We're going to lift the knee. We're going to hold this pose for just a second, and we're going to move. Just shifting our weight from front to back, back to front. Just feeling the shift. Now you have a few options. You can walk that back foot to meet the front and switch sides. You can come back through tabletop and then draw that left foot in between the thumbs. Either way, we're going to find that low lunge. We're going to stretch the body, then drop the knee, flatten the foot. And we're going to repeat it on this side. Taking a quick note of maybe some differences or some similarities that the body presented without judgment. And once you find the pose that settles with your body, re-invite the breath. Feeling the fingertips pressing into the earth or the props. Feeling that front foot really engaged and connected. Almost imagining that you are locking in prana, that life force energy within you, through you, connecting back to the earth, back to your center. Enjoying a few more rounds of breath here. And then we're going to walk that back foot to reach to the front. If you're using blocks, I invite one to come under your hands. That way we can really lengthen through the spine here. Totally optional. Finding a nice Uttanasana forward fold. Maybe the knees are bent if that feels good. Feeling that stretch happening through the lumbar spine. Yes. And if the knees are not currently bent, let's go ahead and add a nice bend through the knees. We're gonna slowly roll up, taking all of the time in the world to arrive to a standing posture. Let the head float atop of the shoulders. Let the hands float into the sky. Eye gazes can follow. We're going to exhale the hands by our side. Slowly tucking the chin into the body. Relaxing the glutes. Flipping the palms up. Slowly rising. Eye gazes can be soft, rather they're open or closed. Stretching at the top, inhaling a little bit more than you did last time, and then exhaling when you cannot inhale anymore. Keep exhaling until there's nothing left in the body. Rejuvenating that body with fresh inhale. And this time we're gonna swan dive down on the exhale when you're ready. Hinging at the hips, inviting that gentle stretch in the back of the legs. We're gonna half lift as we draw the fingertips all the way up the shins to the knees. Exhale, folding, letting those fingertips graze the legs to the mat. Feeling everything, bending the knees, stepping into your first plank. We're gonna drop both of our knees to the mat, coming into a nice wide-legged Balasana, child's pose. Stretching in the child's pose, making it nice and active, taking those fingertips towards the top of the mat, lengthening through the body, pressing your fingertips or your palms, or all of the above, into the earth here. Encouraging your glutes to ground themselves into the heels of your feet. Feeling that neutralization happening in your spine. Activating your breath, deep inhales, feeling the back of the body expand, feeling the lungs pressing into the rib cage, feeling the belly get full, relaxing through your pelvis. Taking a few rounds here, noticing what's coming up for you, where the body needs a little bit more lengthening and lots more relaxing. Yes. Getting into the fundamentals of vinyasa, right? Moving the body with the breath exactly is what we're doing. We're going to inhale, come into tabletop. We're going to exhale. We're going to draw that right foot behind us and tuck the toes. We're going to press the earth away from us, just getting into the back of that leg. We're going to shift through the toes, shift our weight into the palms. We're going to draw those toes right over the body, right over to that left side. Looking over that left shoulder, maybe you see the toes. Getting into that stretch. And then exhale, bring it center, noticing how you're moving the body with your breath, lifting that foot off of the mat. We're going to bring that heel to tail. We're going to do a nice little fire hydrant. Pressing into the earth, lifting up that leg, opening through that hip, finding your breath. And exhale, release. We're going to move the body intuitively, releasing any tension in the body. Yes. And whenever you're ready, yogis, we're going to take the opposite leg. We're going to lengthen it behind us. Shift our weight into those toes, pressing the earth away from us. And then shifting through the toes, pressing your weight back into the palms, feeling the lock of energy there. Drawing that toe over to the right, Eye gazes over that shoulder. Maybe you can see the toe. Find your breath. Exhale, bring it back center. Heel to tail. And open up to that fire hydrant. Pressing the earth away from you, not holding the breath. Breathing into those spaces of the body. Yes. When you're ready, exhale, let it go. And move the body intuitively. Whatever that needs to be for you. Checking back in with yourself. We're gonna come into a nice little up dog here, a little sit on a rock. Option to lift the knees off of the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to tuck those toes, lift the tail, downward facing dog. First one of today's class. Taking a moment here, you can wiggle things out. You can statically hold the pose. You come into those tippy toes. Yes. Right. Most importantly, your spine is neutral, the neck is relaxed. We're gonna slowly walk those toes toward the fingers. We're gonna step our feet out as wide as the mat. And then we're gonna walk our hands over to the right side. Knees are nice and bent here. We're gonna take that right hand, capture the outer of that right side. We're gonna take the left hand to the sky. Eye gazes can follow or stay grounded toward the earth. Really sticking your tail out behind you here. Yeah, you can get more into that tailbone, more into those hips if the knees are bent. If you're used to doing this with straight legs, you're gonna get a different effect. So option to bend those knees, kind of get into that sumo squat. And then exhale, bring it center. And then we're gonna walk the hands over. So we're gonna take both hands before capturing the outer of that leg, getting into the side twist of the body, really feeling it in those hips, pressing the tail behind you. Yeah, kind of like a Utkatasana chair pose variation, right? There's a lot going on in this pose. Yeah, one more round of breath. Exhale, release. We're gonna heel toe in as close as the feet wanna go. And then we will sweep into our chair pose. Instead of you sticking your tail out looking for the chair, I'm just gonna roll a chair right under your top, right? So we wanna kind of keep that really intense flexion out of our lumbar spine. So instead of looking for that chair, the chair's looking for me. Yeah, nice and neutral. One more round of breath if we have it. Let's bring our hands to cactus, heart space. Press the palms together and slowly rise. Keep those palms glued together. Inhale them toward the sky. We're gonna interlace those hands, take the palms up, enjoy our happy Saturday stretch. We're gonna bend the elbows, we're gonna take it over to the right. Draw those shoulders just behind your head, as if you're gonna bring the palms to the back of your head. So draw your neck just a little forward, getting deeper into that stretch. You want a little more, come into that bent right knee, sticking out that left hip. And when you're ready, press through the bottoms of your feet, rise. We're gonna swan dive. Do a nice half lift, enjoy it. Bend the knees, we're gonna reverse it up. We're gonna do a nice little heart opener or baby back bend. On your exhale, yes. Relaxing the nervous system, inhale, exhale our hands to our heart. Feeling the palms pressing together, locking in your energy. Feel that fire in your belly, baby fire. Press it up. Interlace those fingers, flip the palms up, and then bend those elbows. We're gonna draw those hands just a little behind the ears. Eye gazes down if that feels good. And maybe bending through that opposite knee, left knee, sticking out that right hip. Pressing equally through the feet to rise. Exhale, swan dive. Woo. Lifting halfway. We're gonna slowly fold forward. We're gonna walk our hands and step into a gentle plank, taking our time. That's right. We're gonna drop that right knee, drop that left knee. Tail to heels, we're gonna do a little stretchy here, like a little stretchy stretch. Not really child's pose, not really kitty pose, just a stretch. And then you're gonna take your eye gazes forward, you're gonna shift your heart forward to a nice little sill on a rock. That's right. And then we're gonna come back to tabletop. Yes. We're gonna get into some gentle warriors here. So we're gonna start off with that right foot in between the thumbs, tucking the toe, lifting the knee. We're gonna drop that foot down 90 degrees. We're gonna slowly windmill or float like a little butterfly. Take a moment. I like to lengthen both of my legs and kind of just bendy, stretchy things, see where I'm at in life, right? Don't overthink it. Just kind of find your comfortable sweet spot. Flip your palms up, relax your shoulders, really get encouraged to find the pose. And then discover the pose. Eye gazes off the tip of your nose, through the tips of your fingers, or internally in the mind's eye. Yes. Feeling the pressure equally between those feet. And now rediscover your breath. Locking that energy into your body. Now, in traditional vinyasa, we move through the poses pretty quickly, but you want to feel this feeling you're having right now, even if you're only in the pose for a round of breath. You should never feel like you're floating somewhere else. Now we're going to reverse the pose. Eye gazes can go wherever the neck wants. Hands can rest atop of the leg, wrap around the waist. Top arm can float behind you and releasing that shoulder if that feels better. Few rounds of breath, memorizing what this feels like in your body. That's the feeling you're sort of looking for when you're practicing. Your comfort zone. That polarity of comfort and strength. Bringing it back to warrior. We're gonna do a nice supported side angle. That front arm's gonna rest on top of that thigh, opposite arm into the sky. Eye gazes are optional to follow. Allowing yourself to get a little bit into that inner thigh, perhaps maybe twisting your heart up toward the sky. Yes. Sometimes where the eye goes, the body follows, but over time you will teach your body to follow the breath instead. Wherever you feel there's restraint with your breath, you will ease off so that you can get deeper into the lungs. And when you're ready, eye gazes to the earth, press through that front foot and rise. We're gonna come through center. Feet are gonna be nice and diagonal, hands out to your side. We're gonna raise those hands a little higher for star. When you're ready, everything's gonna bend. Elbows, knees. You're gonna just drop that tailbone a bit behind you. Inhale, lengthen. On this next one, you get to get as deep as you like. Exhale, deepen. Join the hands together, coming into a nice little goddess pose here. Activate your divine feminine, right? We're in a world of the divine masculine. Let's soften up. Breathe. Yes. Beautiful. One more round. And then we're going to bring our hands onto our thighs. We're going to stick our tail out behind us. And we're just going to start to draw that right shoulder behind us. Take our eye gazes toward the right. Get into that little stretch. If you want more, the hand can come up. It can even wrap around. If you have long arms like me, you can catch a vine. Find your breath. Stretching it deep into the pose as it feels appropriate for your body. Really sticking that tail out behind you, right? Nothing to lose here. Let it go. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to lengthen for a moment. Let the hands slide down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Yes. Bend those knees, come back through center, and just simply take it to the other side. Shifting through the weight. Sticking that tail out as far as it wants to go. Get into those inner thighs. Yeah. It's kind of like your happy baby in a way, right? Maybe taking a gentle bind, locking in some of that energy into the body. Mhm. One more round of breath if it's in you. Exhale, release back through center. Go ahead and bring your hands to the mat, heel toe all the way in. We're gonna bend those knees, we're gonna slowly rise. Inhale our hands into the sky. Exhale them to the heart space. We're gonna take this nice and gentle. We're just gonna step to Tadasana, mountain pose to the back of your mat. So now the back becomes the front. Take a moment here, finding your traditional mountain pose. Any variation that feels good for your body today, right? And just taking a moment here. When you're ready, we're going to inhale the hands up through the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step into a plank. Feel free to take a variation of vinyasa that you love, maybe dropping the knees, finding the feet, bending the elbows, nose to the earth. Inhale, up. Exhale, back to down dog. Gonna take a few rounds of breath here in downward facing dog before taking the warriors on this side. Few rounds of breath. Yes. So we're gonna pass through this a little gently. So we're gonna drop our knees, flatten our feet, come into table. Bring our left foot in between. Then tuck the toes, lift into that low lunge, drop that foot 90 degrees. Inhale, spiral up. Take a moment, maybe lengthen, kind of find your happy place. And when you do, maybe release the shoulders next. Kind of root to rise is the method. And then settle into your warrior. Yes. Breathe. Checking in with every aspect of your body, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your nose. When you're ready, look for your next exhale and move your body with it. Exhaling, kind of teaching your nervous system down to relax as we move on to new things. Reversing your warrior. I need to go wherever the neck wants, making those micro adjustments as you see fit. Don't feel like you have to power through anything. Get comfy. And then when you're ready, we're going to pass through warrior. We're going to come into a nice side angle as that arm rests the top of the thigh, the opposite toward the sky. Maybe it floats behind you, catching a little bind. Whatever feels appropriate. You can even draw your hand to your heart space. Play around with your practice, right? Make it interesting and meaningful. Really allow yourself to support your own weight. Drawing that hand on the top of your leg, really pressurizing that experience for your body. It should almost feel relaxing, like you could just live here for a while. When you're ready, eyes to the earth, press to that front foot, and we're gonna rise. Take a moment here. Notice your breath. Yes. And then we're gonna helicopter down on this side. Back foot's gonna step to the front. Take a moment here, nice bent knees, let your belly rest the top of your thighs if that feels good. We're gonna draw our hands behind us. So you can interlace the hands, they can draw towards your tailbone. They can draw towards the sky, whatever the flexibility in your shoulders offer. And you can even start to lengthen the legs, getting deeper into the pose. If you start to feel too dizzy, just draw the eye gaze up a bit, bend the knees more. Breathe. One more round. And when you're ready, slowly release your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. We're gonna step into a plank. We're gonna drop our knees, flat our feet, bend our elbows, nose to the earth. Inhale into a cobra or little still on a rock. Exhale, child's pose. Take a moment, any variation, yogi's choice. Legs can be together or separated, arms can be lengthened. Reverse prayer. Whatever makes sense for you. You can rest your hands under your forehead as well. One more round of breath. From child's pose, you're gonna walk your hands towards your toes, coming into a yogi ball. We're gonna swivel back sideways. We're gonna step out into Malasana, a nice yogi squat, and you can sit on a block. Yogi's choice here. Can also, yes, do a nice bound angle is an exact great pose to match this one. So sitting on your tail, bottoms of the feet can come together, true Malasana yogi squat, or sit on a block. If you're sitting on a block, don't hover, right? Not a public toilet. Sink into it, right? Making an extension of the earth, really pressing your mula and creating that bamba. Biting your buns to the earth. Once you find the pose, let's rediscover the breath. Check in with the gazes of the eyes. If your eyes are closed, bringing in imagery, right? That nice symbolism of peace or love. The eyes are open, focusing to a point where everything is blurry around you. We're going to be here for several rounds of breath. Breathe. Deep inhales, deep letting go. Getting into those uncomfortable spots of the body, the parts that want out of the pose. Allowing you exhale to get you a little bit deeper. Imagining you're cleansing some part of self that needs to go. One more round of breath, yogis. We will eventually turn this into a wide-legged forward fold. Those toes are going to point towards the side of your mat. Take your time arriving. Only going as wide as it feels comfortable for your inner thighs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Yes. You can always bend a knee or two if you need to, right? Finding peace with the pose in your body. If it feels good, you can walk those hands off of your mat, nice and long in front of you, shifting your weight towards those toes, noticing what comes up for you in your stretch. Yes. And you're free to stay here if this feels delicious for the mind and body. Otherwise, you can walk those hands past your heels of your feet behind you, maybe flipping the direction of your fingertips and getting deeper into that part of the stretch, maybe shifting your weight towards your heel. If that's a balance challenge, you can always keep that weight shifting towards your toes. And quite honestly, this is how that flexibility starts to show up in the body. We're teaching the body by way of our breath to relax. The more relaxed you are, the more your body lets go and loosens up. One more round of breath. We're gonna draw the fingers back center. We're gonna take a deep inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. We're gonna walk those fingers over to the right foot. Let the ankles and toes move around intuitively. And just invite the stretch, whatever that looks like for you here. They're gonna be bent knees. They're gonna be moody, stretchy bendies. You can take some twist or turns here if that feels appropriate, whatever makes sense. This can get deeper into the hips or stay into those hamstrings. One more round of breath. And as you exhale, just simply take it to the other side. Enjoying this nice little twist here. Maybe bringing some awareness into the hips here. Outer hips, getting some stretch in the body there. And not losing track with your breath. One more round. In true vinyasa, there's mostly standing poses, right? And then it's like you do all this work and then you get to finally find this seat, all right? When we're ready, we're gonna find ourselves centered. We're gonna heel toe all the way in, yogis. We're gonna come into that little yogi ball. We're just gonna swivel back to the top of our mat. Yes, when you're ready, you're gonna come down on your knees and just swivel to a seated posture nice and gently. Finding ourselves back into a nice little seat here. We're gonna draw one knee into the body. Pick your favorite side. And we're just gonna draw it kind of wide out. So maybe a nice diagonal getting into that hip. Maybe finding a little hook. And we're gonna twist away from that knee. In the last class, we twisted toward, which Jenny was in. So trying to offer her some variances. Also, we have a mom. So this is good for all of us today. So we're opening up the body here. Maybe noticing what your breath seems like when you have this openness. Maybe it feels normal, maybe it doesn't. If you want the balance challenge, you can keep binding until maybe you capture the inner thigh. It is gonna make it a little more challenging to keep that energy flowing up as you stay grounded down. Yep. One more round of breath. When you're ready, we're gonna exhale, draw at center. We're gonna lengthen those legs out in front of us. And we're gonna take the opposite side. So again, kind of a little more diagonal than normal, toes to the nose. Maybe create a little hook. And then turning away from that knee, landing that hand behind you to give you support, keep you lengthened. If you feel pretty supportive, you can hold that lengthening. Maybe that hand can take a bind. Maybe it wraps somewhere around the leg or the inner thigh, taking it off of the earth. Finding your breath here, trying to hold that structure of the spine, keeping that posture. Yeah, one more round of breath. And then exhale, release out of it. Whew. Go ahead and relax the legs. We're gonna bring the legs out as wide as the mat. And then we will inhale the hands up. And exhale, slowly fold. Hinging towards those hips. Maybe capturing the outer of your feet or ankles. Inhale, lift halfway. And then exhale, get even deeper as you're in the bind. Again, you can bind your hands anywhere on your legs. It's not about touching your toes. It's just about creating a little bit of a bind here, a little bit of a lock of energy. It's like you're creating your own bubble to live in. Find your breath. Yes. You're gonna slowly rise. You're gonna walk those hands behind you. We're just gonna lift our heart towards the sky. You could do whatever you want with your toes. Let them move around intuitively. Maybe tucking the chin in chest or lifting the chin high, whatever the neck wants here. Keeping those shoulder blades coming together behind your body, expanding through your chest cavity, opening up through the heart space. One more round of breath. We will exhale and come out of this gently, right? We're gonna bring our knees facing toward the sky. We're gonna come on each forearm until we're lying down on our back. Keep those knees pointing up and then draw them toward your body. Give yourself a hug. We're gonna make some big circles in the sky. Maybe rock from side to side, whatever feels amazing for the lower back here. If you're making circles, both directions. We're gonna turn this into some gentle windshield wipers before taking a gentle bridge pose. So bringing the feet to the mat when you're ready. Hands overhead, maybe relaxing through the shoulders, and then take a deep inhale. As you exhale, rock those knees from side to side. We did this seated. If it feels good, you can hang out on one side a little bit longer, inviting a deeper stretch. Now, if you like, when we go into the bridge, you can draw a block and capture your body right on top of that block, holding the pose there. Yogi's choice. When you're ready, the hands will come by your side, palms facing down. We're gonna lock that energy in. So as you inhale, lock that energy. As you exhale, shift your hips toward the sky. Feel the bottoms of your feet, the hands pressing into the earth, maybe sliding a block under the body and resting there. If you're not sliding a block under, you can exhale your hips down to the mat. We're gonna take 2 more rounds. Taking a moment, and when you're ready, inhale as you press the body into the earth and lifting the body up to the sky. We will slowly move out of the pose, taking it one last time. On the last time, you can hold the pose until it's no longer suitable for your body, or you can rest on a block. Making sure that while you're holding the pose, you are never holding the breath, unless you are holding the breath to lock in the prana in your body, but not if you're just holding the breath superficially. When you've completed your pose, you can come out of it, taking any movements that feel amazing. I see windshield wipers and happy babies. Some final movements, a few little twists of the body. Yes. We'll do a gentle Zen breathing practice before Shavasana. So when you're ready, find a pose that feels comfortable to you. It could be Shavasana. You can lie on your side. You can become seated. You can lay down on your back with the bottoms of your feet together. Hands could be on the inner thighs, belly, heart, overhead. Whatever feels amazing, right? We want to find a little comfort here. The beauty of a true Zen practice is a little bit different than a yogic pranayama practice, right? So we're going to enjoy just a little bit of comfort in the body. We're not trying to be disciplined or controlled. So take a moment and just feel the earth beneath you. Feel the elements of air around you. Feel the fire and water that resides within you. Start to notice the breath. Simply observing the inhalations and the exhale. As you inhale in, maybe telling yourself in. And as you exhale out, allowing the whisper of out. Maybe transitioning the ins and outs. with an I am mantra. Or if you want a traditional mantra, maybe Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Om, exhale, Shanti, inhale, peace, exhale, peace. Feeling the vibration of the mantra moving through your body. It's not just living in your throat. It's vibrating sound, waves and waves of sound through your body, into your cells, into your subconsciousness. Starting to follow the sound of my voice, bringing your mind to awareness, drawing your internal gaze, your internal drishti to your mind's eye. Maybe quite literally filling that space that lives behind the eyebrow, drawing energy up to that space, maybe up to the crown of the head, maybe down to the space of the heart, to your navel, connecting to the sun that lives within you, to your solar plexus, to your life force. Allowing that energy to circulate around the body, inside, outside. Feel that connection to each other, to the people you love the most. Starting to move the fingers, the toes. And when you're ready, if not already, finding yourself rolling over into one side, giving yourself that final hug. Allowing yourself to float to a seat, taking your time. When you arrive, drawing the hands to your heart space. Maybe these fingers will open up as the pinkies and the thumbs remain together. Maybe lifting into that beautiful lotus flower. Rising through the muck. Floating towards the sun. Taking a deep inhale, and as you exhale, blowing right into those fingers, drawing your hands back together, locking that prana in, and maybe bringing it over the heart. Take a moment here, yogis, acknowledge your sacred and personal practice. Offering yourself love, being grateful for your health. And let's all collectively send peace out into our community. Om Shanti Om. Thank you for allowing me to guide you today. Hope to see you soon. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Now it's time for nourishments of the body, right? Some water and food. Bye, everyone. See you soon.